what I'll do is ask you a series of questions. That's okay. What do you remember most about your father? Can you give us it from a background?
My dad?
Yeah, your dad, yeah.
Well, he was a
My
fireman.
grandfather.
But you want to know what we done in his life?
Yeah, that's all. We've got no history of it.
He was a fireman.
Yeah.
Right. And after he'd done the fireman, he went on to the refuse collecting.
Yeah.
And after that...
So he was a type of a step-down son, was he?
Then he done night work for watching.
Night watch.
Yeah.
On buildings.
But other than that, he used to put his belt on and go over to the pub and
have a few beers. Well,
few beers.
Is that where my father George got his
betting? That's where George got his.
Yeah, right. Okay, and what about Grandma? Well, she was a seamstress at one stage.
She what?
A seamstress.
When she was young, was she?
Do you remember? She ever talked about her early years?
She was a cook.
A cook.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Cook.
Yeah.
She didn't do a lot of sewing, did she, Frank?
No.
She's never done a lot. No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I know. She used to be my mum, and that was it. But after what she'd done before that,
She had a lot of children, didn't she?
Yeah.
well,
She was busy.
she had what was it?
14.
Arthur, George, myself, John, Shirley,
Eva, Winnie.
Winnie. Well, she had 8, I think, 8 or 9.
You said more than that.
Eh? Yeah, but then she had a set of twins.
Oh, okay.
They died.
Did they?
Yeah, they died.
Right.
And I'm almost, was that the one that fell off the table?
Yeah, one fell off the
One
table.
fell off the table. I mean, I don't know how old I was.
Right.
I don't know who put the baby on the table because
Yeah.
and she said something. I won't be long. I was just going out into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Of course, next thing that was it.
Sad occasions, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but as the family went on, it was all right. You know, even when George came over, I took him over to see Lucy.
Yeah.
Got on very well. And then I invited Lucy over to our place with her 2 boys. Mm-hmm. Something went wrong.
Yeah.
And she never spoke to me after that.
Oh, okay. Well, that happens in
And she used to be my favourite sister.
Yeah, right, yeah.
We don't know what we'd done.
I think
just
she was
ignored
Dad's
me.
favourite too. Was she? Was she Dad's favourite sister, Lucy?
Yeah,
I think so. Lucy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the best sisters I had really was Ivy, Lucy, and Winnie.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Eva was nothing to do with us. She was a maid. She wasn't a Neaves. She was a maid.
Oh, okay.
So it was that my mum's something to do with my mum's side of the family.
Yeah.
Well, your mum had her before she was married.
Yeah, before she was married. Her name was Mead.
Oh,
okay.
And she come from, my mum come from Dunstable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
originally
So
where...
Eva's not one of your sisters?
Eh?
Eva's not a sister?
No, she was brought up as a sister.
half sister.
Oh, okay,
sister.
right. I never knew that. That's interesting because Eva came to Australia. She moved into Port Macquarie where Mum and Dad
Yeah,
lived.
we know. If
But
she hadn't gone to Australia, mate, wouldn't he have been alive today?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what George told us about it.
Well, I went to. I remember going to Winnie's wedding up in Dubbo, and I actually go fishing with a guy now who knew the Muldoons, Claude Muldoon, the guy she ended up marrying. But he was a bit of a no-hoper. So let's go on to you and George. Okay. What's your earliest memories of George?
With George,
Yeah.
I used to work with him years ago in engineering.
Yeah, but before that he was swimming a lot, wasn't he? And diving
swimming,
for coin.
swimming, diving.
Yeah. So did you do the diving and swimming as
I
well?
done diving and swimming.
With him.
Yeah.
Where we used to live, and we used to go over the bridge,
Yeah.
and there used to be the swimming.
The river. There's a river there, isn't there?
Yeah, I've done. You know the bridge.
Yeah, I know the bridge.
there.
I've actually searched the bridge on Google.
Yeah.
Saw the house. And,
We've dived up the top of that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and then my 2 sisters see us.
Yeah.
They went running. Mum, what's the matter? George and Frank are diving off the bridge. So you had to be very careful. You had to be very careful there because there was whirly holes.
Yeah.
If you got caught in them, it's
Go straight down.
And
Yeah.
he used to stand on George's shoulders.
Did he?
and they dived in together.
Yeah, right up the top. Used to have all the spectators. And,
Sounds like you were a
Couple of shows.
showmen.
I mean, in my young days, I used to be a little bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was George, I'm sure.
I mean, my name was Dirt down our road.
Was it?
Anything that went wrong, yeah, you're Frank done that, you're Frank done this.
George was a naughty boy.
George
I'm
was
sure.
George was the same.
Yeah. Well, we know that
He
from
told us.
Australia.
I mean, we used to go when we used to do night work. We used to go scrumping about night time, go in people's houses and pinch the pears and the apples and plums.
George told us.
Sell them at the markets or something. Did you? Or
No.
just
Eat
ate
them.
Eat them. Yeah.
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 But the only thing he'd never done any fishing.
No.
No, never
But he
done any
tended
fishing.
to love fishing when he got down to Sydney because my uncle, Mum's brother, had a boat and they used to go out fishing. And I used to go out fishing with him, but I get pretty well sick and have to lay in the bottom of the boat for 3 hours until we got back in again. But now I've got my
I mean,
own
when he
little
was home, when he used to keep himself to himself. I mean, I used to go out with him occasionally, but like, I got ready one day and he said, what are you doing then? I said, I'm getting ready. No, ain't you? He said, you're beating the stopping here. He said, I'm going out.
Yeah.
So,
Now, let's go to the war years. Now, I think Dad said he worked in an engineering shop or something like
yeah,
that.
engineer, yeah.
Together.
And worked out some stuff, and then
and Lucy.
and
She was
Lucy,
in the same
yeah,
factory as
yeah.
what we were.
you were younger than him, so you weren't.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't at that level yet where you worked.
I
or-
didn't have his brains.
Oh, I don't know. And then he joined the Navy, okay,
Yeah,
and then he went off onto the Russian convoys, right?
that's right, yeah.
And Arthur went in the army.
In the army,
and he was
yeah.
in the buffs. Now,
He was in the buffs.
I did a backtrack of the army records, and I wrote to the army to try and find out a bit more about the buffs. And the only thing they could tell me that they would think that he was at the Battle of Monte Cassino. That's where that big.
Yeah, the big one,
yeah.
yeah.
And we went to Monte Cassino, and while we did the tour of Italy looking for Arthur's grave, you know, and that's where he was killed. But there was no real understanding of how it happened, or
Well, what we heard, a sniper got him or something, what I heard.
yeah,
Because they even sent the bandage home, what he got killed in.
yeah,
Yeah, and I don't know what else, there was something else in this package, but my mum kept that.
yeah. Oh, right, yeah,
And
okay.
it's like his medals, I never see any of his
You've
medals
never
at all.
seen
Yeah,
No, I've actually got George medals at my
I know
place at the
you got
moment.
George's, yeah.
But they'll be, I don't know, when Mum decides what she wants to do with them.
That's right, yeah.
So no one in the family has Arthur's medals?
No one. Not as far as I know.
No.
Right, okay, yeah. And what do you remember about Arthur? Because we know absolutely nothing about Arthur. You know.
Well, I mean,
Was he older than Dad?
yeah, he was the oldest brother.
Yeah,
He kept himself to himself.
yeah, right.
He wasn't like me and George. You
Yeah.
know, he used to go out together swimming, and
Yeah,
he just kept himself to himself. It was more like me dad.
yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And how long was he in the army for prior to getting killed? Was he just went to Italy and early and in his career, or was he in the army for quite some time? So he was killed in 43. Did he join at the beginning of the
He
war?
joined up.
Yeah.
Well, that was
And then-
39.
As far as I know, he went AWOL.
Yeah.
And then we had a knock at the door,
Yeah.
and there was the old MPs at the door.
Oh, looking for him. Oh,
And
okay.
they just took him off.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Mm. Do you know of anybody who'd been over to see his grave at all? No. No. So we were obviously the
I mean,
first ones.
really and truly, we tried to find out where he was.
Yeah.
We only found the internet is amazing what you can find out now that you couldn't find out before.
No.
I mean, to get there, we'd never get there anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
right.
Because I can't fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Mm.
It's a beautiful cemetery. It's really well kept,
Yeah.
neat and lovely.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know. You
The
know,
only time I
himself to
flew
himself.
Yeah.
Jersey
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
back to Southampton, which was about half an hour, but it put me in a state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh well, that covers the area that we want
Yeah,
to know.
that's most of it,
I've got
yeah.
that on record now.
But all the other sisters and that used to keep themselves to themselves. Like
Yeah,
Winnie,
yeah.
she was a goer,
Yeah.
especially at parties.
Oh,
Used
she
to-
was a lovely
I mean,
Yeah.
we got a great big table.
Yeah.
And she used to get on the top of the table and she used to do flinging and all that
She
and all
used
that.
to-
Yeah.
Beautiful dancer.
Yeah.
Well, you telling
Joni was a bit stuck up.
who? Joan, yeah.
Joan.
Yeah,
I think
Joan.
we met Joan when we came over in '75. They all came over. I wasn't quite sure.
Ivy used to come over to us regular every Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, when she lost her husband, I had her living with me for
Really?
Then we took her away on holiday with us over the Isle of Wight,
a couple of months.
couple of months.
And then she went home,
Uh-huh.
and then she rang me and said, "Can I come back?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, if you want."
Right.
As far as we know, what happened, she had this heart attack or something.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've had like a Christmas card from Mary, Shirley's daughter,
Yeah.
and she said Shirley has dementia now.
Doesn't know.
Yeah.
She thinks she's living in the past now. That. She
Well, we
thinks
don't hear from them at all.
No,
No,
no.
she wouldn't know who you were if you met her in the street now.
No, I wouldn't even recognise her children.
No.
I wouldn't even recognise my own brother if I was seeing him out in the street.
Yeah.
I only see him once. That was
Is that John you're talking about?
John
Yeah. Mm.
in Kingston.
Uh-huh.
We was
You
by,
were in the shop and I was
yeah.
outside.
I was in the shop in Sainsbury's, and you was outside, weren't
Yeah.
you?
And he came up to me and he said, "You don't know
You
who
don't know who I am, do you?
I said, "I'm sorry, I don't." He said, "Well, I'm your husband's brother, John."
So when I see him, I was,
Mm-hmm. You don't recognise him either. He didn't look like you. You know, he didn't.
well, he never looked like any of us.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
Well,
to
he
say.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
I
Well,
suppose your dad. I suppose your dad told you about it.
Yeah.
yeah. The lodger.
About
That's right.
Bert the lodger.
Bert,
Is
yeah.
that right?
Yeah.
He's the one that,
Broke the
as soon as he
back.
came in there, he was the one that caused all the trouble.
Did he?
Yeah.
And that's the reason why Winnie went with the other sister over to Australia.
Yeah. Oh, mm-hmm.
Now, when George was going over to Australia
Mm.
with Grace,
Mm-hmm.
I was both going to go with him as well.
Mhm.
But my mob got stopped owing to trouble.
Yeah.
If I'd have come home when I should have done,
Yeah.
I'd have been
Yeah.
I'd have been
Well, that would
hired
have been
by
great,
and
but
all
not
this
for you,
stuff.
mate, because you might not have met him. Did you meet
No,
him?
I might not have met him, no.
Yeah.
So where did you serve?
But last in the
Egypt.
army,
Yeah.
Egypt.
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 You know the Suez Canal?
Yeah.
That's where I was stationed.
Yeah, but that was
wasn't
that
it?
was not after the
Tel
war.
Aviv. Do you remember Tel Aviv?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you were at Suez, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You went-
There used to be a railway bridge you used to go over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we used to be on this side, and the other side, that's where all the trouble was.
We watched a movie called Exodus, which was based on
Yeah,
that
that's
period of
right,
time.
yeah.
And that's the period of time you were there, was it?
And you was over in Ireland.
Yeah.
I was out in Ireland for 2.5 years
Yeah.
training.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no trouble then, no
Yeah.
IIA or whatever there was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I got on well with them.
Well,
Yeah,
we come from the Protestant side, anyhow, on the other side, so we were on your side over in
and
Ireland.
then I came from there. I came home on leave,
Hmm.
and the next thing I was stationed at Portsmouth,
Yeah.
and then from Portsmouth I went over to the Suez.
So were you conscripted?
Yeah.
You were conscripted.
Yeah.
What year?
Oh, what?
His mother burnt his army book.
Did, oh, okay. Yeah.
Burnt all my medical stuff.
Yeah.
All his army records she burnt.
Because when I reached the age of 18, that's when the call-up was, 18.
Yeah, right,
And
yeah.
And I had this letter to say go for a medical.
Yeah.
I mean, it was over here somewhere. I get where it was now.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to my mum, I've got to go for a medical. He said, you'll never pass, you ain't fit enough.
Yeah.
I said, all right. So off I went. When I had my medical, went all in front of all the doctors, do this, you know, all that and all that.
Yeah.
And next thing they said, well, you're all right, you passed A1.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And I went in on the Sunday.
We've actually got a photograph of you in the army.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I am.
What, with,
No, we've got one.
what, with
yeah.
the stripes on?
Well, you're wearing a kind of a flat type of a peaky hat.
You ain't seen the one with my stripes on then?
No, I haven't seen the one with your
And
stripes
all,
on.
all the girls around me like that.
No, I didn't see that one. I saw you with a whole group of soldiers there, you know. Yeah,
I'll find
Aye.
it out.
yeah. You're finding out now, are you?
And then she said,
No, I knew it. I've got it.
Mhm.
she said, who was they then? I said, well, you know.
You had a good time.
That's when we used to have leave. You know, we used to go to a holiday camp.
Yeah, yeah,
You had to make the most of it.
Yeah.
yeah. So, oh, that's interesting.
And then when our mob was due,
Yeah.
it was stopped because they was expecting trouble.
Hmm.
So that's the reason why I never got home in time to go with George.
Right.
So did you do any firing?
And
Yeah, go on.
when he come over last time, I said, "What you doing with my bloody suit you had?"
We heard
told
about
us-
this suit.
He told
Yeah.
us. He pinched your suit. Is that right?
He reckons he never. I
He
said,
reckons
"Come
he
off
never.
a bit, George."
Oh, okay.
He said, "Never."
Maybe your mum sold it.
That's it, yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
we found out some stuff off my mother when she came over here. My mother's mother sent food parcels over here.
From Australia, food parcels,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
grandmother sold it to the neighbours.
Grandma.
Either that or put them in Bert's room.
Well, I put me in, but I'll tell you what, we couldn't even have a bit of margarine or butter in there.
Yeah.
She used to be a big cupboard in the front room.
Yeah.
She used to have a bleeding padlock and key on it.
Yeah.
Terrible, mate.
Yeah. That was
I was
hard,
glad to
hard,
get out
hard
of it
times.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very glad to get out.
But they were very hard times anyway, weren't they? Big
Well, we had very hard times
Big
during the
family
war.
and-
It was.
rationing and all of that.
I mean, we was very lucky where we lived. I mean, it's the money we never got hit several times.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like Eileen, she was the same during the war.
yeah.
I mean, she worked, you had to go in Bentals, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right down the bottom of the old Bentals Centre
No,
Yeah.
it's
during the war.
in the offices.
All right.
I worked for Hawker Aircraft, but the offices in Bentals.
Yeah.
And the only protection we had when the airway was under the trestle tables. And Lord Hoy used to say, "It's all right, Mr. Bentals, we're going to get you and your Hawker crowd."
And me and my mate used to go out to the front of another street, do night watching. He used to start in the middle of the road. He used to go that way and I used to go that way, just to keep an eye on the old sentry bombs and all that. Then we used to come back like that. All right, anything that, no, I'll see you in a minute. Up we went again up there. And then one day, there used to be a big yard opposite us. It used to be grocery shop. They used to have horses and all that.
Yeah.
We used to do a lot of work with them. Then one day, an sentry bomb dropped over because they used to have great big wagons in there. And some of them caught a light. Well, I used to call him Bert. He went flying over, flew over the fence and went straight into the horse's trough. So he got wet.
You have a laugh over
And was
that.
I glad he got wet.
As I say, our offices were in Bentals, but the main works and offices was round the road. And we used
Would
to
you like a drink of anything?
No, I'm fine now. We had
used to
big
have to
breakfast
go
there.
round and collect the bonus cards.
Yeah.
Well, in those days, we all wore full skirts.
Yeah.
And as we were walking up the road by Kingston Station, there was all warehouses. And they dropped what they called a rocket, which was a huge bomb.
A V1? Or
Yeah.
was it the V1? Yeah.
And anyway, me and my friend Lily Underdown that come
Yeah.
from Teddington, we've got our arms full of bonus cards in trays. And this rocket dropped and our skirts went up over our heads. And all the men stood there laughing.
I bet.
The worst ones used to be the old doodle bug.
Yeah.
You used to see it go over because you didn't realise it when it was going to stop. All of a sudden it had stopped. All of a sudden, like bang.
Yeah.
But after that we found another way of going. We'd never go back round there again.
So, did 17 Church Lane get hit at all?
No.
No, that was lucky. Yeah.
There a couple of roads up by us, they got it, and a pub.
Yeah.
The landmine hit that. They found so many people down in the cellar, just sitting round the table, all dead.
Wasn't some of your relations?
Hey?
Wasn't some of your relations in it?
No, I don't think so.
Now, I looked on Google Map. Church Lane comes out into Church Road,
Yeah.
and there's a big church here. Obviously, that church was named after the lane was changed.
Yeah.
Is that any? Is that where you guys used to go to church, or
I
nobody
never went to church.
Nobody went to church. I don't think Dad
My
went to
mum
church.
used to
here.
go there somewhere. She
Yeah.
Salvation Army or something, I don't know, up the
right.
road.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But other than that,
there's a church along the main road.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was my church.
Mm-hmm.
And Diane used to go there to Sunday school.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she became older, she became a Sunday school teacher there.
Yeah, right.
Then she became deputy of the department.
Mm-hmm.
And she stayed there until Claire was born.
Oh,
really.
yeah, yeah.
But Mike's a Catholic.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
So when they were getting married, I wasn't very happy about the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought he was good enough for my daughter, I'll be honest. Yeah, but Mike's always been a drunkard.
Yeah, okay.
He likes his
And
wallop.
he didn't like work too much.
Right.
Diane don't drink at all.
Okay.
And I said, well, where do you think you're going to marry her? He said, definitely at the Methodist.
Mm.
I don't really attend a Catholic church,
Mm-hmm.
but she is a member of the church.
Mm-hmm.
This, and that is where you and her dad got married. I think I could do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, that's great. So we'll just I'll just switch off just now. Yeah, we've got most of the story that we need.
Lots
Yeah.
of stories
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Excellent.